Hi students, today our topic is trigonometric limits. First of all, let me know about limit x tends to 0 sin x by x and limit x tends to 0 tan x by x. Now, I'm taking a picture that is a circle having radius r, and here three more figures are there. One is a triangle OAB, the sector OAB, and finally right angle triangle OAC. From this figure, area of triangle OAB is less than the area of sector OAB, and finally which is less than the right angle triangle OAC. So here area of triangle OAB is less than area of the sector OAB less than area of right angle triangle OAC. That is, what is area of triangle OAB? Half into AB OA into OB into sin x. So less than, what is area of sector? Half r square x, less than, what is area of right angle triangle? Half into base into height, that is half into OA into AC. Now half into OA is what? R, OB is what? R into r square sin x less than half r square x less than half into, what is OA? R into AC. Now what is AC here? Coming to this right angle triangle OAC. From this right angle triangle OAC, tan x is what? Opposite side by adjacent side, that is AC by OA, which means AC equal to OA into tan x, right? What is OA? R. That is AC equal to R into tan x. Now substitute here in place of AC, that is R into tan x. Now here half r square sin x, half r square x, half r square tan x. Now remove half r square in this inequality, that then sin x is less than x less than tan x. This is the very important value we need to find. From this we have two more conditions are there, that is sin x is less than x and x less than tan x. From this sin x by x is less than 1 and tan x by x is greater than 1. Okay, in the limits less than 1 means sin x by x is very closer to 1, which means sin x by x is approaches to 1 from the left side, that means 1 minus, and here tan x by x is greater than 1, which means tan x by x is greater than 1 and it is very closer to 1. That's why tan x by x is approaches to 1 from the right side, that is 1 plus. Now taking limit on both sides, limit x tends to 0 sin x by x is what? Finally, what is the limiting position of sin x by x as x value approaches to 0? Is equal to 1. And here also limiting position of tan x by x as x value approaches to 0 is what? 1. See, this is the very important condition, that is sin x by x is approaches to 1 from the left side. That means what is limit x tends to 0 integral part of sin x by x? We need to find. We all know that sin x by x is approaches to 1 from the left side. That means it is very closer to 1 but is less than 1. That means the value of sin x by x may be equal to 0.999 and so on. The integral part of 0.999 is what? 0. And what is the value of limit x tends to 0 integral part of tan x by x? It means step of tan x by x. Here tan x by x is approaches to 1 from the right side, that means it is greater 1, which is very closer to 1, approximately the value is equal to 1.000 and so on 1. What is the integral part of 1.00 and so on 1? Is equal to 1. So here the two more important values, that is limit x tends to 0, step of sin x by x equal to 0, and limit x tends to 0, step of tan x by x equal to 1. Finally, we write it as limit f of x tends to 0, sin of f of x by f of x is equal to 1. Repeat the same for tan x, that is limit f of x tends to 0, tan of f of x by f of x is also equal to 1. These are the two more important conditions. Now let us solve some problems regarding this chapter. Now the first problem is limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos ax by x square. Now we already know that what is 1 minus cos theta? It is 2 sin square theta by 2. Okay, it is in the form of 1 minus cos theta. Now read it as limit x tends to 0, 2 sin square. In place of theta we have ax, that is ax by 2, and divided by, in the denominator we have x square. Now it is in the form of limit f of x tends to 0, sin of f of x by f of x is equal to 1. Now here we have ax by 2, but here it is x only, and here also x. As x value approaches to 0, then ax by 2 is also approaches to 0. Okay, now take to outside, limit x tends to 0 can be replaced with ax by 2 tends to 0, and sin square ax by 2 by, now multiplying and dividing with a square by 2 here, a square x square by 4 into a square by 4. Now see, 2 into a square by 4, limit ax by 2 tends to 0. It can be rewritten as sin ax by 2 by ax by 2 whole square. Then finally, so we already know that limit f of x tends to 0, sin of f of x by f of x is what? 1. So this complete result is equal to 1, and 2 ones are 2 2s, which means a square by 2. So limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos ax by x square is what? A square by 2. So limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos ax by x square is what? A square by 2. Now coming to the second problem, that is limit x tends to a plus fractional part of x into sin of x minus a by x minus a whole square. So what is this brackets denotes? Fractional part, where a belongs to n in a natural number. So very interesting problem. See, x value approaches to a from the right side, which means x minus a approaches to 0 plus. Let h equal to x minus a, then x equal to what? A plus h. And here one more condition is there, that is fractional part of x. We already know that fractional part of x is equal to x minus step x, greatest integer function. Now limit x tends to a plus can be replaced with h tends to 0 plus fractional part of x, that is x minus step x into sine of x minus a by x minus a whole square, and x minus a is what? H. Now replace x minus a with h, that is limit h tends to 0 plus x is what? A plus h, a plus h minus of step of a plus h into sine of x minus is what? H whole divided by h square. Now step of a plus h, as h value approaches to 0 from the right side, a plus h value approaches to 0 from the right side, then what is the value of step of a plus h? That is a. Now limit h tends to 0 plus a plus h minus step of a plus h is what? A into sine h by h square. Now a gets cancelled and h square gets cancelled. Now see what happens, limit h tends to 0 plus sine h by h finally. Now limit h tends to 0 plus sine h by h is what? 1. Now last question, that is limit x tends to 0 integral part of sine of signum of x divided by signum of x. So very interesting question. Here limit x tends to 0 step of sine of signum of x divided by signum of x. First of all, we all know about signum of x. What is signum of x? Is equal to modulus of x by x when x is not equal to 0 and 0 when x is equal to 0. Okay, then signum of x is what? For suppose here it is a mod x, which means if x is less than 0, that is minus x. Mod x can be rewritten as minus x. Minus x by x is what? Minus 1. So it is minus 1 when x is less than 0. It is plus 1 when x is greater than 0, and 0 at x equal to 0. So signum x, what is the range of signum x? Minus 1, 0 and plus 1. Okay, now coming to this problem. Here first one, we need to find left hand limit, that is limit x tends to 0 minus step of sine of signum of x divided by signum of x. Okay, as x value approaches to 0 from the left side, which means that x is less than 0 and very closer to 0. Okay, so as x value less than 0, signum of x is what? Minus 1. So replace signum of x with minus 1. X tends to 0 minus sine of minus 1 divided by minus 1. Okay, that equal to, so minus 1. So sine of minus 1 is what? Minus sine 1 divided by minus 1, which is nothing but limit x tends to 0 minus, it is integral part of sine 1. So we all know about what is the graph of sin x. It is increasing like this, 0 to 90. So here sine 1 radian. So what is 1 radian in terms of degrees? That is 57.29 something. Okay, now in between 0 to 90, sine value is in between 0 to 1. What is the range of sine? It is minus 1 to 1. Okay, so in between 0 to 90, sine increases from 0 to 1. If it is 90, then it is 1. If it is in between 0 to 90, that is a fraction value. That's why what is integral part of sine 1 is equal to 0. Then coming to the right hand limit, limit x tends to 0 plus step of sine of signum of x divided by signum of x. Now see, x tends to 0 plus. Then coming to this, x tends to 0 plus, what it means? X is greater than 0, but it is very closer to 0, and it is in the right hand side. So if x is greater than 0, signum of x is what? Plus 1. Now replace it with plus 1. Limit x tends to 0 plus, that is sine 1 by 1. So it is nothing but sine 1. Limit x tends to 0 plus step of sine 1. Okay, so sine 1 by 1, it is sine 1. Now we already know that step of sine 1 is what? 0. Here, what is left hand limit? 0. What is right hand limit? 0. Then the limit value is equal to 0. So that limit x tends to 0, step of sine of signum of x by signum of x is equal to 0. Okay. Okay students, in the next video we will discuss about exponential limits and L'Hopital rule. Okay, thank you.